quickly before this video starts, I love fan art. It's one of my favorite things. I love it more than ad revenue here on YouTube. I'm gonna keep it real. I want to very quickly shout out this person right here, Milk My Shake, for making this piece of art. This is the best thing I have ever seen. Big thanks to you. And if you want to send me fan art or just want to say what's up, I have a Twitter, follow, a link below. I have an Instagram that are more active, so they're linked below. Please drop me a follow and send me your fan art. All right guys, so I didn't plan on milking this situation too much, mainly because I can't stand this guy's face. I don't know if it's a pedophile mustache, I don't know if it's the hair. At the end of the day, once again, like I always say, I am the man of the people. Whatever the people want me to do and react, I'm gonna do it. This man is in straight up panic mode, rightfully so. I don't feel bad for you at all. Everything that you're about to get, you 1000% deserve. You try to slander about 6-7 people. You thought you could get away with it, and you're only apologizing now and you're sorry now because you got caught. All right, so very quickly, let's just get the obvious out of the way. He removed his video and he's lost around 7,000 subscribers. That's good. I'm glad you realized your video was trash, but hopefully you learn your lesson. You know, you live and you learn. Second of all, he made a community post to his YouTube account, which if you go to right now, I'm doing this in real time, it's gone. And if you're like, Oscar, Sans, what did he write down? Well, I got it right here. I have already addressed this on Twitter and Patreon, but I thought I would do one community note before I left. So going back to my last video on this situation, he wanted to take a month off. I have decided that it's best at the moment to take down the entire bad conservative horror video. Good. It does not represent me and who I wish to be as a person or creator. I admit that I messed up pretty badly in my delivery. I mean, it wasn't just a delivery. It was a lot of other things, but I'll keep reading. And made a lot of mistakes, and I am really sorry for that. If I could do it again, I obviously would have done everything differently. This kind of content is not my forte, and I have avoided it in the past because of that. After being harassed in December by wendigoon fans and called slurs dozens of times, I acted out of hurt. Some people have described the video as being very raw, but with that comes the element of being underbaked. Yeah, you didn't cook at all. You were cooking at a level 1 out of a trillion. I didn't do the level of research I should and normally would have done. I messed up there and fully acknowledged that in every way, so I'm taking it down. So far, pretty solid. And I think if it would have ended here, I would not be making this video. But he decides to keep going. Like, brother, this should have been it. This is a pretty fine statement. At the same time, I do believe the harassment I have received these past few days has been called for based on what I've done. Any criticism of my work is fair and I accept. Welcome and own that. But I do think it's dangerous that these creators do not tweet about or acknowledge the obvious situation at play. Why should they? You were not charitable to anyone in that video. It was just lies. And let me throw a little transphobia in there. Let me throw a little hate speech in there. Let me throw a little Turkey Thomas at the end where he was 15. Stop trying to play the victim. If you're gonna say stuff like this, don't apologize at all. You know what? If I was in your situation, I would have just been like, I messed up. My video was really stupid. I name drop the people that I should be apologizing for. I take the video down. Stop trying to make excuses. Own the fact that you're an idiot and just be like, I'm sorry. Because now you're like, I'm sorry, but the creators are not doing enough to stop the hate. I don't condone harassment. I don't condone doxing, but you asked for this. You went after some of the biggest guys in commentary and you really expected nothing to happen. You wrote a script and you wrote those words to attack those individuals. Why should they be charitable when you weren't in the first place? Continues, I will be fine. This is the last thing I'll say before I log off, which is cap. We're gonna get into it. I want to reevaluate what I want my work to be, how I want to stand as a positive force within horror, and how to be my best self. Okay, that's good. I hope you will believe in me and my work again when I return. Again, for my mistakes in this video, I am sorry. I'll be back again, stronger than ever. Okay. This would have been a pretty good statement if this whole part was taken out. Wendigoon did address it in your comment section. I showed it on my last video. Should have never done that. He's way too nice to people like you, and the same thing goes for Mutahar. I mean, this is way too funny. You weren't charitable at all, but now you want people to be charitable towards you and be like, yo guys, leave him alone. No, dude. And then he said this over a Patreon. Don't worry, I'm not going to read the whole thing because he does yap a lot. I'm just gonna get to the best part. He says, flat out, I let my emotions get the best of me here. This wasn't my best work and it wasn't my best self. I made this out of anger and I should have never lowered myself to that. The thing with this guy is that his apology started off pretty decent, but then he's like, oh, but then why does no one disprove these points? Thanks to Chris the Narc, he shared these Discord messages. He says, real talk, do y'all think I could come back from this? Pretty sad tonight, to be fully honest. If I just start back again with my normal kind of work, do you think all things will be fine in the long run? Yes. And you know you're pretty cooked when you're asking your Discord for this. No one could cancel you unless you're ADP. But besides that, no one could cancel you. The only person that could cancel you is yourself. If I was you, I will start cooking again. I wouldn't take time off. Okay, maybe I'll take like 5 days off. People, for better or for worse, they'll forget. They'll move on. And I can't believe I'm giving this guy advice, but this is for any content creator. You can never truly be canceled unless you did something with a 12-year-old or you visited a 13-year-old for cupcakes. Besides that, you can come back from pretty much anything. And he says, yeah, I knew this was going to get rough, but it's harder than what I anticipated. The rest of the year is supposed to be a lot of fun. I have even canceled 2 videos in the schedule to replace them with more on brand ideas. I just couldn't live with myself if I prevented my partner from having a good life because of my decision. I just hope when I come back, things will be well received. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't feel bad for you. I think if you would have just dropped one good apology, being like, I'm sorry, I'll do better, I'll come back, I think it would have gone over a lot better, in my opinion. Brother, you were looking for the smoke. You got the smoke, and now you're running away. And I left a tweet, by the way, and I said, I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel bad for him at all. I don't know, maybe I lack empathy. This guy was literally preying on wendigoon's downfall, and I don't even know the guy, okay? I've never talked to him, I've never interacted with him, and I don't think I ever will. I don't know. But I don't need to be someone's friend, or even know them for me to be like, yo, this is crazy. I really hate when people won the fight, they won the smoke, but then the second they get a response, they run away. And now it's their fault for sending their rabid fan base to attack them. Stop playing innocent. You know what you did. This person says, this might sound harsh, but I hope he deals with everything that he wished on wendigoon. This person says he better start to learn how to flip burgers because his career as a YouTuber is over. I don't want him to die or anything. I don't want him to commit a game over because of this, because it's not that serious. Like, when you really sit down and think about it, the biggest crime you did is you made a bad video online. It's not like you bombed a fucking child daycare center or anything. You just made a bad video. Well, not a bad video, a horrible video. Spread a lot of lies and misinformation and accused people of being horrible people and rapists. They just want him to get criticism and for him to listen up. And then even more Discord messages come out. This is from 9 hours ago. He says, just FYI, there is someone on here who's screenshotting conversations and linking them out of this space. To prevent any of you from being harassed, we all need to avoid talking about wendigoon completely from here on into the situation. What's done is done. What's said has been said, and we can all just move on and grow from this. Wasn't he supposed to leave Twitter? Weren't you supposed to get offline and be with your boyfriend or something? Please get offline. That's my advice to you. And I don't even like you. I'm genuinely saying get offline. Stop interacting with people. Go to the therapist. I want to take a second to address this. This is something that Mudahar said that I completely disagree with. And no, just because I disagree with the YouTuber doesn't mean I hate him. All right. He says, with the recent situation regarding In Search of Shadows, given he's removed his video and offer apologies, I really do wish the best for him and his future endeavors. I do not want any harassment to this person, and I genuinely hope he rebounds. I've made my own mistakes in life. Everyone has, which is true. I believe everyone has a capacity to bounce back from them and learn. I really hope he gets his mental health in order as he aims to return to YouTube. The whole I wish him well despite him calling me transphobic and calling other people rapists and insinuating that wendigoon isn't Native American enough. 80% of the people that live in his area are like racist. This guy's just a weirdo, okay? No, I'm not going to feel bad for someone like that. This guy legitimately started a harassment campaign against not only wendigoon, but like 6 different guys, called you transphobic in front of 300,000 people and didn't take it back once he got called out. I'm not okay with that. And if someone did that to me, I would actually pray on your downfall, Eddie Brock style. All right. I will go to church, ask what he asked. I think this is one of those moments where Mudahar is way too charitable and way too nice to someone that doesn't deserve it. But that's just me. And if you keep talking to people like this, they're never going to learn from their mistakes. They're just going to do it again. That wasn't like, oh, I just made a bad video, I had a dumb take. Everyone has those. I've had them. Every single YouTuber is going to have a bad take every now and then, especially the daily uploaders, right? That's fine. As long as you're not, I don't know, accusing someone of being a rapist or accusing people of being crazy right-wingers who made a terrorist group that kills people. As long as you don't cross that line, you should be fine. Are you gonna get called out? Yeah, you make a bad video, you're bound to get criticism. That's normal. But there's a big difference between having a bad take or a hot take or a controversial take than to have a horrible take that is slandering 7 different individuals and accusing them of horrible things. I don't think anyone should give this guy charity, and I'm referring to Shadows. People are being way too nice to him, and he doesn't deserve it. He's apologized like 4 different times and then deletes them or modifies it, and then he adds an excuse. Oh, but then this happened. Are you gonna apologize or not? So yeah, with that said, I throw the question to you guys. What do you think of the situation? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. We're getting kind of close to 500,000, so I could finally oil up. With that said, I'll see you next time. All right.